Hi, I'm Andreas from Hegel, and I'm here to talk about the Viking, the H600 and the H30P30A combo.
So where should we start, Andreas?
We can probably start with the integrated, the H600, which is our flagship integrated amplifier, released last year, won all kinds of accolades, including the ISA award. We're very proud of that, and it is all-in-one integrated amplifier. It's got everything you should ever need to enjoy music. It has a really good DAC inside. It has a really capable streaming section with Tidal Connect, Spotify Connects, AirPlay, Chromecast, DLNA streaming, you name it, it has it, and it's highly upgradable in the future as well. What I love the most about this product is that it's very physical. You have the push button functionality. This is actually a pause play button when you press the source. The volume button is a mute button, and it means that you touch your product much more often than you usually would with products like this. And it makes that sense of ownership joy so much better. And the buttons are also wonderful to touch. They're so tactile and nice. And you can also enter the menu by holding one of these. Of course, you can do all the same stuff in the remote. That's no problem. But it just feels much more tactile and good.
Who doesn't love a good button?
Everyone loves that. I actually go around Munich asking people if I can touch their buttons or touch their knobs. Yeah, enough about that.
Is there anything you can't handle?
Yes, HDMI input is not there at the moment. Well, it won't be, it's a physical thing. But we do have a workaround with our TV remote functionality, and it has the digital input sense so that it turns on automatically no matter what you connect to it, and you can program how that works. So it's a very flexible piece of kit that you can connect almost anything to. And it doesn't have a phono stage built in, it doesn't have a headphone output, and the reason for that is that if we were to incorporate that, they wouldn't be as good because it's inside an amplifier, and these are very tiny signals that we need to process. So we kept them out purposely because we think that people who buy products in this price range will probably want something standalone. But connecting standalone stuff, no problem at all. We have a perfectly good phono stage in the V10, which fits quite nicely with this one.
So what's this beauty right here?
Well, that's another tactile thing. It's our Viking CD player, which is the only CD player we have, and it replaces the Mohican, which came before it. The Mohican was supposed to be our last CD player ever, hence the name The Last Mohican of the Mohicans. But then Sanyo, in all their wisdoms, the drive unit we had in this CD player was discontinued. It doesn't exist anymore, so we had to cut production, and that meant that we needed a new thing. And then the Viking came along. The Mohican was a brilliant CD player, a really great CD player. This has just taken that CD player to a new level. So in direct comparison, this one beats the Mohican every time. The Mohican is still very good, the Viking is just better. This CD player is unique in that it is only a CD player. It does not do MP3, it does not do SACD, it does not have digital inputs, you cannot connect anything else to it. It is only a red label CD player. And the reason for that is then we can hone it to do this the absolute best. So only 44.1 16-bit CDs can be read on this, but it does that so well, so extremely well. Inside the CD drive, which you can see here, it's a slot-in drive, and we chose this mechanism not because we're particularly fond of slot-in or top loaders or drawers. It doesn't matter for us. What matters is the quality of the drive itself. This one is pure red laser, and it has the quality that we need. The clock is not included in the drive, so we can build our own clock. The DAC that we are using in this is a very good DAC from AKM, which can do a lot of things. They can do DSD and PCM and what have you, but we are not using it for that. We are honing it to do one thing only. And when you do that, and you add our master clock, which uses some of our sound engine technology to maintain the speed of the DAC and the CD drive. Imagine this is the CD drive. And then you have, well, you need the DAC. Where's the DAC? This perfectly fine Dolly headphone is the DAC. And then we have the clock, which is my watch right here. So what this does is that it syncs up these two. So this one controls what this is doing and this is doing at the same time. And that means that these are always in sync and there's no jitter going between them. And that's the secret to our CD players, and especially the Viking. And that's why it sounds so great and why it doesn't have any digital inputs, because it will defy the purpose. So this is a race car. It does not have air conditioning. It does not have a radio inside. It does not have windshield wipers, but it is damn good at going fast around the corners with CDs.
I can't help but notice that there are two beasts sitting right next to this quencher right here.
Right, yes, there are two beasts. They are the most extreme amplifiers that Hegel does and has ever done. They're called the H30As. Now they are designed to be like this, as a mono amplifier, but you can use it as stereo. You don't need both. You can actually bridge it and use it as a stereo. It operates slightly differently, but it still has a lot of juice to it. But in this current state, these guys deliver 1100 watts into 8 ohms, and they're stable down to 1 ohm loads. That is insane. They have something like 270,000 picofarad of capacitor banks, a lot of power that is stored up in them, and a hell of a lot of output transistors. It's just a massive monster. This guy can drive any speaker in the world. That is just a given. There are some exotic equipment makers that make amplifiers like these, but the cost of those are a lot, even though they are up there in price. I give them that. But if you want the pinnacle, this is it. And they're also driven by this P30A preamplifier, which is very good. It's a fully balanced design. It's got 4 sound engine modules in it, because you have the plus and minus on each channel, so you need 4 of them. It is so complex. Well, it's not complex. It's actually quite simple, but that is complex, because the signal only passes through 4 components in the preamplifier. And to make that happen, you need to be very good at your engineering. Luckily, we have someone at Hegel who is very good at engineering. And these also utilizes some really good transistors that have been out of production for years, but we've stored them up and kept them for these reference products, and they just sound amazing, and everything's hand matched to be perfect.
So are CDs still worth it?
Well, I bought this for €2, something like that. It's one of the first CDs I bought myself with my own ears that I listened to, and I wanted to hear this at home at my stereo. At home, I now play a lot more music because I enjoy putting on a full record. I enjoy the tactical thing of slotting it into the CD player and pressing play and just let the music be. And my family plays more music. My kids, my young daughters, they figured out how to operate this. It's quite simple, and they're playing music themselves now. They never could that with the streaming because there's too many apps, too many stuff. But this thing, they understand. And it just makes my household happier, I guess. And that's a good thing.
And if I want to listen to some Hegel products, where do I go?
Well, you can go to any HiFi club and store. They have a range of our products. For the really crazy stuff, you need to check in advance if they have it in stock, but they can certainly manage to dig it up for you if you want to listen.
Thanks, Andreas. Bye.
Bye.